Far in the future, one of our heroes is sitting in the office of General Goey. Sergeant Skully inadvertently forgot to send the registration tags for the FSP main ship. Let's listen in and see what happens.
Sergeant Skully, come in.
Yes, ma'am, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, the man of the hour. Okay. So, Sergeant Skully, we seem to have a small situation right here where I just learned that the registration for the SSP main ship was not done properly. So, let's try to sort this out. But just to kind of play it safe, let's go down to our checklist. But I'm pretty sure it's Captain Hobbes.
I'm sure
Hobbes.
Captain Hobbes wouldn't have screwed up that. He never makes up big mistakes like that, does he, ma'am?
Okay. So, now, let's go together to this. Now, first question is, did you submit the registration tag for the FSP main ship?
Yes, ma'am. I've got it right here.
Okay.
It's a large file, ma'am, but I've got my screen right here, and I can look along with you.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Oh my, oof, I forgot how much bigger this document's gotten. It's only 7,382 pages. Back when I started as a private, it was only 2,000 pages long.
That sounds like a lot less bureaucratic work there, ma'am.
Welcome to the system.
Why are 1,000 pages dedicated to the visual inspection of the proper use of toilet seats, ma'am?
Fun fact about rules and regulations. If a rule is made, it's because at some point someone has done something truly moronic and it caused such a horrible incident that they had to make an entire section in the regulation or in the form to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Oh.
Okay, Sergeant Skully, so let's start going down the checklist of what could be the possible things that were wrong in this form. Okay. Did you check the visual inspection of proper use of the toilet seats? Was it at 92 degrees? It is important that it's 92 degrees, not 93, not 90, not 91. It has to be 92.
Yes, ma'am. I personally broke the toilet seats so they would all be at 92 degrees.
So they're 92 degrees?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, as long as they're 92 degrees, I'm not going to ask how. Okay, let's go ahead and keep moving forward. Correctly painted turn signals on all ships. Now, are all the signals painted on the ships?
I painted them like a checkerboard.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems to be like a minor thing. Let me look through the forms real quick. Let me check the section. Nope, that seems to be fine, so let's go ahead and keep going. Okay. The air vents working without proper hair amount. So, as you know, about 50 years ago, we went to zero waste. So every member of this ship has to recycle the hairballs, and we use it in our vent system.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I understand fully that we have to make sure that at all times air vents in the ship have a coating of hair. Otherwise, how will we have that lovely hair smell everywhere? I made sure to hook up 3 hairballs today directly into the air vents, ma'am.
Now, that's a man that knows his job. Good job. I actually need to be looking up to you to that. I only do about 2.5 per day, so 3 is quite impressive. You're going above and beyond your job.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Sergeant Skully?
Why do we have to hire consultants from the planet of the nobility of Britain?
So, a long time ago, we used to do all of our measurements in inches. Today, nobody knows what inches is, but we still have it in our books. So it appears that the only people in the universe that can actually do this specific measurement are the folks from Planet Bataan. They do the measurement in feet, which is very, very strange, but man, they do make good quality windows that meet the standards for our needs. So that's why we use them. I think it's strange myself.
But ma'am, how do they know which feet to use? Do they just use all of their feet? Are their feet all the same? I'm very confused, ma'am.
Unfortunately, I am not the subject matter expert on that, so that's a question that you can ask them if you meet them.
All right, ma'am.
So, Sergeant Skully, now here's a really good one to always check as well. Do we have proper proof pertaining to personal packages?
Yes, ma'am. All packages are personally by the crew.
Okay. Now, do we have validation for non-evil AI?
Yes, ma'am. I made sure that all the non-evil AI had their current up-to-date certificates yesterday.
Okay. With that, do we have validation on evil AI?
Yes, ma'am. They are locked up in the nearest Bokia phone where they can only run Minesweeper at all times. I was just checking. We did also make sure the stick shaker shaking with vigor form A-B1.A3-subsection C was validated.
Very good, very good. You read my mind on that one. All right, let's go and continue. All right, so let's take a look. So, here's one that's kind of tricky. Okay, so bear with me on this one, Sergeant Skully. Okay, so according to this form and regulation, all letters are properly folded and sealed with beeswax. However, both you and I know that beeswax kind of expired centuries ago. Now, we are allowed to use an alternative wax. What kind of wax do we use for that?
Yes, ma'am. I went to crew member Bees and collected his earwax. Therefore, we now have beeswax.
That works. That works for me. Hey, technically, it is beeswax, so...
Ma'am, how do you spell your name?
Goey. Why?
Ma'am, you spelled your name Joey G. You didn't cross the Y.
Oh, my goodness. This is what happens when you're in leadership. So much paperwork. Well, I guess it wasn't Hobbes' fault. It was my fault. Now, with this new information, Sergeant Skully, you will never tell this to Captain Hobbes. If you tell Captain Hobbes, you're fired.
All right, ma'am. I won't tell anyone, ma'am.
You're dismissed. Thank you for your time.
Hey, Skully, how'd it go?
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't talk to you right now. Bye!